to Sport Champs.
What is up, you guys? And welcome back to Sport Champs, Street Champs exclusive sports podcast. To my right is my man Dave. To my left is my man Winston.
Yes, sir.
And right in front of me is ZZ, licking that thing down, bro. We got Deryk in here too. What's up, man?
Yo.
Dude, we are back after a long hiatus.
Yeah,
Hiatus.
a very poorly timed hiatus for consideration of
a
sports.
bunch of shit just happened. Yeah.
But
We're back.
We are back, and we are still here, and we
Yeah.
are doing it. And if you want to look for sports and listen to, or look for a place to listen to sports, I already fucked this up.
damn, bro.
Oh, and see, I messed it up even more by saying the F word within the first 10 seconds.
Got him.
It's all good.
See, you know, this is what we're going to do when we're coming back.
Yep.
This is what happens.
A little rusty.
Big rusty. Feel like Dominic Cruz. All right. I mean, what do we... Basketball, right? Are we just jumping in? We're in playoffs. I mean...
Yeah.
Throw us a whistle, dude. Right away, off top. I like it.
So basketball obviously underway. Basketball's been crazy. We got the playoffs going on.
No, and we missed 2 hot weeks.
2 hot weeks
That we
missed the NFL
Should just
draft,
talk about this week
shit
as well.
that. Well, so I'm gonna recap the first round and then very shortly, and then
Just
we'll get
how
into
we
the
got
second
where we
round.
Yeah,
are.
see, and Winston's the professional to do that.
So let's start off with the Bucks Heat. Heat beat the Bucks, number 1 seed versus a number 8 seed. Crazy series. Jimmy Butler went the fuck off. Giannis kind of didn't show up, hurt. Heat win that
He
series.
showed up the last game, didn't help.
Did show up. And then we have the Cavs, Knicks. Knicks won that series. And
I was wrong. I said Knicks had first round exit written all over them,
Yeah.
and they got out the first round.
They
Yeah,
did.
they showed
in
up.
in a good series battle.
Jalen Brunson's pretty good. And then so
him.
now the Heat and Knicks are now currently playing. They have a game at 5:30 tonight. This is game 6 in Miami. Heat are up 3-2. It's been a great series. Jimmy Butler's been slacking a little bit these past couple games. I got Jimmy Butler going off tonight personally. Maybe a part of the
Where
parlay.
they at? Where they at?
They're in Miami.
In Miami.
In Miami tonight. And so that's a good series. Who do you got tonight, Dave?
Oh, Miami, easy.
My lady's in Miami too. Damn.
Yeah.
Should have told her to go to the game.
Yeah.
She doesn't care.
Should be a good game.
It would be a good game though.
Hot take. I feel like the Miami Heat have kind of have the same winning culture / winning culture residue of the past, similar to you would get in like a Greg Popovich type of organization, you know? And isn't their coach Eric Spoelstra?
Eric Spoelstra.
Undoubtedly one of the better coaches in the East. Like, just historically speaking, he's taken like Jimmy Butler and and look what they've done. And they're honestly like trending, in my opinion, to go to the Eastern Conference Finals tonight.
Yeah. He, in my opinion, are going to go to the NBA Finals.
What?
That's my opinion.
Really?
That's not even a
Yes.
hot take.
Yeah, not even a hot
No
take.
one can guard Jimmy Butler, and if Giannis,
I'm just kind of
if
surprised
Giannis
that
can't
coming
do it,
from you.
if Giannis can't do it, who on any team can do it?
Yeah. So it's in the Eastern Conference. So the winner of the Heat-Knicks series is going to go against the Celtics 76ers. The winner of that Game 7, which is Sunday. And so Celtics look like shit. 76ers look like shit. Eric Spoelstra, the head coach for the Heat, one of the best coaches in our generation.
Yep.
I think without a doubt. He's got 2 NBA championships with LeBron and
Ghost.
Dwayne Wade. But he's got 3 Eastern Conference championships. One with Jimmy Butler during the bubble.
Yep.
And looks like they're gonna be another Eastern Conference championship. These
aren't accidents. These aren't accidents.
No, he has like 6 undrafted players on his roster.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like it's crazy. He's a great coach. It's just insane. So we have that matchup looking like the Heat are gonna win in Miami. They're favored to win tonight, obviously.
What are the odds? Do you know?
Minus 240 for the Heat to win.
I was gonna
Yeah.
guess like 300, 250.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna have Jimmy Butler having 25 plus a part of the parlay.
I kind of want to build a parlay with you. I want to bet
Yeah.
tonight and like build some, build
Yeah.
some cool.
Let's do it.
Let's build something nice together.
Okay.
Oh,
Go ahead.
good. Just throwing this in the middle too. May 26th, new house song coming out. Acting Up. gonna be dropping everywhere. And if you guys haven't listened to Cold Blooded, the new track, hit the link below. Rick G dropping music all the time, two songs a month. Yeah, just wanted to throw that in there.
Okay. Also in the Eastern Conference, we had 76ers swept the Nets in the first round.
Yeah.
Sweep.
Yep, sweep. Even though it was a pretty good series, even though it was a sweep.
Yeah.
And then we had 76er. Wait,
The only sweep of the playoffs so far.
only sweep of the playoffs. That is correct. And then we had Celtics versus Hawks, which was a surprisingly good series. We called the last
Hawks was
episode.
coming, dude. The Hawks was coming back, man.
Last episode, it was 2-0 Celtics, and we're like, series is over.
Sweep,
And then
easy.
they make it 6 games.
And we're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was like, the Hawks, we're doing it,
It was
dude.
crazy. So the Celtics kind of fumbled the bag, but they are currently going against 76ers. 76ers.
They're losing right now, too, aren't they?
It's tied 3-3.
Oh, so the Celtics won last
The
night.
Celtics beat 76ers in Philadelphia. They fumbled the bag.
Oh, man.
Jason Tatum was like...
In Boston.
He was like 1 of 15 in the
Bro.
first to the third quarter.
One
and
of
No,
had
listen.
15.
He got
16
his
points.
He got his first buckets in the game, or his first official. But I think he had like a free throw he made or something. But other than that, he got his first official bucket with like 8 minutes left of the third quarter on the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was struggling. But he had, I think, 15 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So he showed up in the fourth quarter. They pull that game out. Some saying the 76ers choked. Some people are saying that, Jason Tatum just showed up. So we have game 7 Sunday between the 76ers and the Celtics. Who's going to win that game? I have no fucking idea.
Isn't it in Philly?
No, it's in Boston.
Boston?
It's in
Ooh.
Boston,
Oh my
but
God.
Boston loses at home all the fucking time. Like
Yeah.
they
I
lost,
mean,
lost so many
yeah,
games at home.
dude.
Boston, after losing Ime Udoka, visibly look worse in their coaching schemes.
Yes.
In their semblance and whatever that they had with Ime Udoka, they clearly have not replicated. Or even with what they had with Brad Stevens.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the Joe, I think Mazzulla, I think is his name. He's struggling for sure. He's a rookie head coach. He was like the 4th assistant on the bench last year.
Yeah.
After the Udoka thing, he got let go, and then like 2 or 3 other assistants left. So he was like the 4th man up and just like got gifted the job.
horizontal shift into like promotion, if you will.
And what's crazy is that Al Horford, the starting center for the Celtics, is 2 years older than this coach.
Wow.
Fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Fucking crazy. So,
Wow.
how are you going to listen to a guy younger than you in the huddle? You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard to do that. So
I don't know. If you're a real team, though, like teammate,
Yeah.
like that's just look at him as your teammate.
he's a
not even
professional.
aging shit.
But when he makes a mistake, you're like, oh,
Yo,
young
this
man.
dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's been making a lot of mistakes. I've been listening to Bill Simmons' podcast. He's a huge Celtics fan.
Shout out, Bill.
And he's been criticizing him a lot. A lot of people have been criticizing him.
Who
Wh-
isn't though?
While
You
we're
know,
on the
that's part of
Celtics, Jaylen Brown and Tatum are both up for Supermaxes next year.
I think it's just Jaylen Brown. I think
Okay.
Jason Tatum's under contract, but Jaylen
Okay.
Brown can be renewed.
Okay, so then that introduces that like question mark on like who do you pay? I think it's Jaylen Brown and maybe somebody else is up for a contract extension then.
Yeah, I think it's Marcus Smart. I think.
Regardless, how are they going to pay all of these guys? Especially
Yeah.
with the new rules that are coming in for luxury tax and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to choose Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and ride with kind of some bums, or get Jason Tatum as their number 1 and then get some mediocre players around him. Because I think Jaylen Brown is arguably better than Jason Tatum.
I think his floor is higher.
Yeah,
I think Tatum has the higher ceiling for sure, but as sorry as it is to admit, I think Brown just doesn't really have like shit the bed games as bad.
yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't, because he's more aggressive. I feel like Jaylen Brown's kind of soft. He's more of he'll settle for shots, whereas Jaylen Brown's going to get his regardless,
Absolutely.
even though it's not going to be top level.
He looked like the best dude on the whole Celtics team on the court for those finals last year, if you ask me.
Yeah,
Brown, that is.
yeah. No, interesting. So yeah, winner of that series is going to go against the winner of the Heat Knicks series. They'll be in the Eastern Conference Finals. Again, I have the Heat going to the
Heat?
finals. I put money on
I
them.
feel like
last
this
week.
episode we should probably predict the finals, the two teams, like
Okay.
each of us.
So we'll do Eastern Conference now, and then we'll talk Western Conference, and after Western Conference, we'll
Yeah,
talk about
and
it.
honestly, bro, I'll probably agree with you, man. The Heat are. I don't know. I didn't expect when we first looked at the playoffs. I didn't expect the Heat to be up there, but honestly,
no.
you got to give it to them.
Yeah, I mean, beating the Bucks, like, and a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, they didn't have Giannis." Like, they had Giannis. They didn't have Giannis.
No, who
like,
expected
2
the
games.
Heat to be here? You
No,
know,
no one.
No one.
They were
Gotta give it to
plus 6,600 to make it to the
Imagine
NBA
being
Finals.
somebody in Miami putting that bet in.
Exactly. Jimmy Butler, man. Like
Jimmy Buckets.
there's a conspiracy out there saying that he Michael Jordan is his dad because Michael Jordan went missing in like Houston for like 2 days, and that's right around the same time that Jimmy Butler was conceived. Like within a couple
hilarious.
weeks.
Bro, when I was watching
Wow.
highlights,
It's crazy, and their games are almost exactly the same. It's wild.
That's so crazy.
they were throwing when I was watching highlights of that series, like when Jimmy Butler had like his 50-point game or whatever, they were dishing it to him in like the corner, like deep 2 area, and he was just taking like 2 steps back and then turn around like jumper, no hezzy, and they couldn't phase him. They might as well not have been guarding him because he was
Swish.
just turnaround jumper city. There was not shy of like foul trouble. I don't know what more they could have done. You know,
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler was just that dude, and
Yeah.
he's barking up that tree of is he like he's undoubtedly one of the best talents I would say in the Eastern Conference, just outright. Just
Yeah.
year to year, he may not have the trophies and the MVPs and the Finals MVPs to like account for that, but like, what years is he not on? Like, he's been on so many teams. He was with like the Timberwolves, he was with the Sixers, and like now he's been thriving with Miami, and that was a deal that he negotiated. You just love to see it.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy
And
Butler's a beast.
He got a lot
Beast
of
mode.
hate. He got a lot of hate with the 76ers and with the Timberwolves. And he started with in Chicago. And he's great friends with Dwayne Wade. And y'all know I fuck with Dwayne Wade heavy. So, yeah, I like Jimmy Butler a lot. I respect him.
Facts.
He's really good. He's kind of like a aggro Devin Booker.
Oh yeah.
And so, speaking of Devin Booker, first round of the Western Conference Finals, we had Phoenix Suns versus the Clippers. Great series. Suns took that in 6, I think. And then in one of the other ones, we have the Nuggets and Timberwolves. Nuggets beat the Timberwolves 4-1. Good series, but Nuggets had that shit in the bag.
Yeah.
So then the Nuggets just beat Phoenix last night, 6-game series, 4-2. Jokic going crazy in the series, averaging a triple-double. He dropped 50 points in one game, going in. Nuggets are in the Western Conference
Joker.
Finals.
Oh, I love it, dude.
Nuggets in the Western Conference
Let's
Finals.
go.
Feels great. Feels great.
So
Feels great.
Woo!
I said earlier,
Feels so good.
with all the momentum that the Nuggets had going into the season, if they don't make the Western Conference Finals, it would be like a bust year, if you will, like a big
Now I
bust.
know. Now you know
Now
why I
that
got
you're
you that
in-
Nuggets hat.
Now that you're
you
in
know
the
why.
now that they're officially in the Western Conference Finals again, I can say confidently that like anything that they do in this series, shy of gets swept, of course, which that ain't happening. But anything that they do in this series, I think they have met all expectations in my heart. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You guys probably have chip expectations now because you're where you are now. But like as an outside like non-fan of the Nuggets organization looking in, I can say that you guys you are the best team in the playoffs right now, for sure.
Yeah.
Whoever's getting put against us in this next,
We're gonna learn potentially tonight.
they gonna get a hatchet to the face. Is what's gonna happen,
Yeah.
dude.
And we'll talk about the other series, but they're worn out. And in the Eastern Conference, they're worn out.
Yeah.
Like the Nuggets are the freshest, and that
They
is
are.
huge. Now, knock on wood, you know what I mean? We're healthy. Okay, we're healthy. So, we just got to keep that
No,
up.
Dave. I know you're not. Come on, dude.
So
I thought Dave was gonna be like, "Fuck you guys, we're gonna beat the Lakers."
Nuggets are currently not the favorites right now to win the
course.
NBA championship. The Celtics are the favorites, which doesn't really make much sense to me, but
the
they're the
Heat about to
favorites.
take him out.
Yeah, well, I mean, they are not even in the Eastern Conference Finals yet. Like, they still need to beat the 76ers. So, but
Yeah.
really excited.
What's the series for them too? We'll talk about that in a second. Go ahead.
So, yeah, Nuggets, second best favorites to win the championship.
Second. What did you know the odd?
I think it's like plus 230 or something like that. Nothing crazy.
Good
But
bet.
so, in my opinion, if we don't make it to the finals, disappointment for right now. We should win the NBA Finals because all of the teams that I see, I feel like we can beat. But Michael Malone has secured his job. I was concerned that if we lost in the second round, then he would get fired. That was my prediction, and he's secured his job, which is good because he's a good coach. But this is our shot, bro. Like,
We can't fumble this shit.
we can't fumble this
Dude,
shit,
we
bro.
cannot fuck up with fouls. I swear, if we go out with fouls,
Yeah.
and mess up and fuck up,
So
I'm gonna. Oh,
after
dude.
watching the game
I'll
last
be
night,
so mad. You will too, dude.
Oh, yeah. I'll be
If
sad.
we fumble this, oh, that's a bad fumble. That's bad. That's
sure.
butt fumble. That's
sure.
a butt fumble.
you
seriously.
just got. I think the biggest thing the Nuggets have to worry about, because like there's not a lot of question marks on the Nuggets. Like, you guys are big enough to where like getting boards defensively or offensively is not a stretch. You got Aaron Gordon, you got MPJ, you got Jokic. That's a tall core to get boards. You guys are gonna make jumpers because again,
You can't
got
get injuries,
You got
too,
Jamal
dude.
Murray,
You
you got
gotta watch
MPJ, you got Jokic. You're gonna make jumpers. Like
The
MPJ.
thing, if
and-
Jokic gets hurt, we're
y'all have a lot of y'all have a
Like,
really
we gotta
good
be
paint
careful.
presence. The only thing that you got to worry
Huh.
about is turnovers, which last night you guys turned the ball over I think one time, like the
Yeah.
whole first half or maybe the whole game. Like
It was a beautiful
as
game
long
last
as
night.
the Nuggets don't
We were up
turn
by
the ball
20 the
over,
whole game.
they're pretty much unstoppable. You
Yeah.
know?
I mean,
Health is a question mark for any team always, so you can always just throw that monkey wrench out the window.
Dang, Deryk just walked in here with a little buttercup. What you got there, dude? Come on, dude.
Some custard.
Damn, what, dude? This dude went to Culver's. Come on, man. You got the chocolate Culver's up in here?
Might have to hit that bitch out.
Yeah, yes. You trying to? What you trying to do?
Let's go.
You trying to hit it after? Oh, we going to Culver's after this.
But anyway,
Actually, I can't. It's my dad's birthday. I forgot.
Trizu.
I'm sorry.
but yeah.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Nuggets are doing great, looking good. Should make it to the NBA Finals. If we don't, disappointment in my opinion, based on where we're at.
Disappointment.
But we've never been to the NBA Finals, so to get to the NBA Finals is a victory for me. Now, obviously, I want to win that shit.
Oh yeah.
And we should win that shit. I'm confident. We have great perimeter defenders. We have Jokic. No one can guard fucking Jokic. Gobert can't guard Jokic. And even if you do guard him really well, he's going to pass that shit. He's going to get 15 fucking assists.
Yeah, he is.
Like, we really need to talk about, is Jokic the best player in the world right now? Because, Giannis, first round exit, he's really good, but he's kind of one-dimensional. Jokic is three-dimensional. He can pass, he can shoot, okay, and he can score in the low post. Like, not that many people can do that.
Luka would be up there with good players too. That's like among the elite. Jokic is a better Luka,
Yeah,
bigger Luka.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And so
because he's a team player too.
we
That's
definitely need
another
to
team
talk
player.
about if Jokic gets to the finals, is he the best player in the world? Because I think he has a case for that. So really proud of the Nuggets. Jamal's come a long way. MPJ's come a long way. Really proud of
He
them.
has come a long way. MPJ definitely come a long way.
Yeah, his defense was trash. In the middle of the season, I don't mind admitting this. I was calling for him to be traded because I was
You
like,
were. I remember you saying that.
I was like, bro, he needs to step it up. Like, he's not doing good enough. Like, I don't think I can trust him in the playoffs. He's had a great playoff run. His defense has been really good. His offense has been killing it. Before this last game, the previous 4 games, he was averaging like 17, 18 points a game, which is great. So,
That is good.
I'm really happy we did not trade
CZ
him.
doing the most, bro.
Yeah.
It's just all lifted up. That's amazing.
Happy we didn't trade him, and so I'm excited. But our window is small. If we're gonna win a championship, this is the best chance we've had to win a championship. So we need to do that shit.
Come on, Nuggets, dude. Oh.
Yo.
Damn, that I'm gonna say it again, dude. That hat that I got you shining real pretty right now.
Yeah.
It's shining pretty. We're
For
doing
sure.
good. We're doing good. All right, let's talk about this other game though. Let's talk about 76ers. Or have you already?
We talked about the Eastern
I
Conference,
mean,
yeah.
the Lakers and the Warriors.
Yeah.
Let's talk
So
them.
Lakers beat the Grizzlies in 5 games or 6 games.
Something like that. I think it was 5.
Yeah, 5 games. Pretty easy series for them. Kings Warriors, one of the best series I've watched in a long
The Kings
time.
were doing it, man.
Oh my god.
Yo, that guy's sub is doing it. That like
Yeah.
shook the room.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yo, what kind of sub was that? I hope that actually showed out like on the audio and camera really well because that was loud. It freaked out ZZ for a second.
Tell me you have a GED without telling me you have a GED.
Yeah, bro, that stuff's going. You and Bessie, dude. That stuff's gonna be gone.
All right.
Don't be. You better turn that sub down before you park at your house.
But reeling it back to the
That was
Warriors
so
Kings series, that was straight up like a heavyweight boxing match of a series. Just like haymaker game after haymaker game, each team just going in. You kind of called, to an extent, you said if Draymond can neutralize Domantas Sabonis, that's GG's. And Domantas was shooting like they were making him take jumpers because they were like leaving him, but he was missing quite a few of them. Like
Yeah.
that whole stomping incident where Draymond ended up missing a game, that was kind of But, I mean, we won the game that he missed, so I'm content with that.
Yeah, he neutralized him by stepping on his chest.
He said, "Stay down."
Yeah.
But other than that, like, De'Aaron Fox unfortunately got an avulsion fracture on his hand, and, like, basically that just means one of the ligaments that attaches to bone had, like, chipped, taken a little bit of, like, bone and ligament with it. So that's a very uncomfortable thing.
That's not good.
It basically voided his ability to dribble the ball.
Yeah,
and
it
so
was with his shooting hand, too.
Ow.
His dominant hand.
he was playing through it very well, though. It's just, you could see that from that moment forward, De'Aaron Fox was not his traditional, like, fast break through the paint self. He was a lot more of a shooter. But he was making jumpers like what? Like, this was...
Yeah. Game 6 he was.
De'Aaron
Game
Fox
7.
is like... I think De'Aaron Fox and company are next up. Like, they remind me so much of what the Warriors had when we lost to the Clippers, and I think, like, what was that, 2013 or whenever that was, still in college back then. That's back when it was CP3 and Blake Griffin days.
Yeah.
So they have a very bright future. I don't know of any talent turnover that they're expecting right now there, so I think they don't have. I don't think they have to worry about that. Mike Brown showed out. Kevin Looney, like in that series, was he looked like Dennis Rodman, bro. He averaged I think it was 18.5 boards a game.
Yeah, he went fucking crazy on the boards. It was insane.
Kevin Looney, hats off to you, bro. You're going to be a Warriors Hall of Famer. I think they should retire your jersey out of respect. I'm not even trying to be sarcastic. Just for the Warriors organization. You are invaluable to what you bring to this team. And then Game 7, Steph just... When you thought, every year when you think, like, Steph's going to take a little bit of a step back, he's going to digress or whatever. And sure, he's different than what he used to be. But a 50-piece, bro, in Game 7, a 50-piece, that's never been done before. Kevin Durant in overtime dropped like a 47-piece, and that was the most before that. So, like, I don't know. I'm at this point, like, I don't know what more Steph could do. In my mind, this is going to be a hot take. I don't know what more Steph could do to not be considered the greatest point guard of all time. And I'm saying, like,
I mean,
Magic
dropping 50 points in a Game 7 doesn't...
That's not the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
The part that, like, the reason that I think this matters is, like, okay, so...
I feel like our friend Josh just audibly laughed when you said that.
Well, okay, so, like...
Don't you think he did? He
sure.
would,
So,
dude.
like, Curry has a strong case for the greatest point guard of all time and or the greatest scorer of all time because what he's done with the three-point line. He's a
Dude
dog.
has changed the game.
He's a dog in the paint. He's got like that fucking George Gervin like low floater that is like a bad shot to take technique wise because it's mad blockable. He's perfected that. Like Curry is an entertainer. Like he is
entertainer.
He's changed the game more so than what Magic's input on the game was. And a different thing you can compare is Magic won the genetic lottery. He was like 6'8", 6'10".
He was like 6'7", yeah.
So he was like Curry's 6'2" and change. And what he's able to do at that frame in the later years, like Magic had not, like he didn't play as long as Curry is currently playing. Curry's got the most threes ever made. Kids, as you all know, when you go and watch the kids play games or like college play games, like you don't get a Trae Young if there is no Steph Curry. You know what I mean? The effect that he's had on the game is undeniable. So I think like subjectively, he's in the conversation for greatest point guard of all time. Before this season, he was in that conversation in my heart, but like he's really treading into those waters of like, he's that dude, you know?
It's definitely a conversation.
Subjective.
Yeah. He's more, I mean, I would say he's the best combo guard of all time, which for those of you unaware, combo guard is a shooting guard and a point guard combined. Because Steph Curry isn't your traditional point guard.
Not at all.
He's not a pass-first guy. And
Not at
that's
all.
what a point guard, you know, in the historical sense is. And so Magic Johnson, in that sense, is the best point guard of all time. Now, Steph Curry being one of the best scorers and being a point guard, that's where I think he's the best combo guard of all time, and I think that's, you know, pretty much irrefutable. I can't think of a better combo guard right now. So, I mean, Steph Curry has definitely changed the game. He's definitely top 10 all time. You know, scoring the most points in a Game 7, yeah, that's cool. He shot 38 shots.
Yeah.
I mean, you shoot 38 shots.
The most he's taken in any game in his career.
You should probably score 50 points. I mean, like, if you shoot 50...
a lot of shots.
If you shoot 50%...
But the moment, like...
Oh, for sure.
Like Curry just got a Finals MVP. That was a huge critique, saying he's not clutch or he doesn't put his team on his back in the big moments. 50-piece Game 7 is not. You cannot get more clutch shy of like a buzzer beater, which is a clutch momentary play, versus a 48-minute clutch performance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He dropped a 50
On the
piece.
road, too.
Yeah, in Sacramento, which, let's be honest, that's the least distance traveled road game for any two NBA organizations probably ever. That we're talking like 2-hour
It's the
bus
same
ride.
state, yeah.
Yeah, both Bay Area and North California area. So like, but no, that being said, like that just adds to the credence of what Curry's accomplished. He's not gonna eclipse Magic. That's not what I say when I think he's in the conversation for best point guard of all time. I just think that like what he's done, it's just like Steve Kerr said after Game 7. He says he's so brilliant night in and night out. We take him for granted because we've been seeing it for the past like 4 or 5 years. And like LeBron is a victim of that same thing. There's years LeBron should have won MVP, didn't, because he averaged 28 a game all year, like 28, 7 and 7. Well, sorry, Bron. We know you won 2 MVPs doing that before, but you're not the new most valuable narrative award winner, so you don't get the MVP. Even though we know you're the unanimous best dude in the league, at the time. So I don't know. Curry is just like, what more can you say about him? And like this series that we're having right now with the Lakers, we went down 3-1. They were competitive games the first 2, very competitive. Lakers showed up. That one dude, Lonnie Walker, is just like a fourth quarter bucket. He dropped like
came out of nowhere.
He dropped like 15 points in the fourth quarter, missed 1 shot.
Yeah.
Like you can't coach that. That's just he was in his bag.
In that game, they were playing whoever defense on Curry. They were going at whoever Curry was guarding had the ball and was trying to score. And that used to be a tactic a couple years ago, and they went away from it, and now they're starting to go back to it.
Yep.
But it's been a great series. We have Game 6 in LA tonight at 8 o'clock.
The most important, you guys need that win.
Obviously,
you guys need that win.
Anthony Davis got hurt at the end of Game 5. He had a head injury. He's probable for tonight. Who's also probable is Andrew Wiggins.
Ribs.
With a cartilage injury. Which hurts him because he's a slasher. And so if he can't go to the paint with authority, then that's going to hinder his ability as a playmaker. So I think that could be huge. Anthony Davis, he should be fine. But it's about the mental for me. Can he overcome the mentality of, I don't want to get hit in the face because I don't want to get hurt again. I don't even know what his injury is. The injury's not even known.
So I think they put him through concussion protocol, and the thing that worried me when it happened, I said that like the way he got hit, because he got hit by like the side of the forearm, like right here-ish. Yeah. The worst thing that could have happened, like absolute worst, would be a fractured orbital. Which if you have that, like
crazy.
You can still play with a mask, and like if you have an injury shy of being like it being directly impacted again, doesn't risk re-injury. A lot of players will play with the mask for stuff like that.
Yeah,
he hit it mad hard if he broke his orbital.
But I don't think it was that. In the heat of the moment, it didn't seem that bad. Like obviously, he looked like Anthony Davis was in some actual pain. Like he was sitting on the sidelines, very uncomfortable. I think he just kind of like. He might have incidentally got rocked. There was no malice behind it, of course. I don't think anyone insinuated that.
No. I think his vision was blurred, and so he got carted off in a wheelchair. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Yeah, he left the stadium on his own 2 feet, I read, but he left the locker room in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I think his vision was impaired, but he passed concussion protocol. I would almost guarantee that Anthony Davis plays. I think the Lakers will win tonight. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a good game. I think Curry's going to do his damnedest. Klay Thompson's been playing like absolute dog shit. Like absolute dog shit. Right, Dave? I mean, you're a Warriors fan. He's been playing like absolute dog shit.
He's not averaging like his shots that he normally gets, which it's tough.
What do you guys think it is?
I don't know what it is.
So I've been watching a lot of sports stuff. I think he's out of rhythm. The Warriors have been doing a lot of pick and roll, and Dave knows this. That's not their offense. Their offense is ball movement and coming off ball screens. And when you have a lot of pick and roll, because they're trying to get Anthony Davis away from the basket, he's not getting the same looks. So when he's taking these really hard shots, he's not in a rhythm. When you get a wide open shot, it gets you in rhythm, and then you can hit those hard shots. But when you're taking the hard shots off rip, you can't really hit those, and then you're out of rhythm. So that's what I think's been happening with Klay Thompson. And so, but Anthony Davis is forcing that issue, and you got to adapt. And Klay Thompson has been struggling. Now we do have Game 6 Klay. Can Game 6 Klay show up? Because I don't think it showed up last series.
Not too much, no.
And versus the Kings, I think Game 6 Klay is averaging like 22 points a game, something like that, which isn't crazy. Like in Game 6, Klay Thompson is averaging 22 points for his career. So, we'll see. I think Lakers win tonight, but if Lakers lose tonight, I have the Warriors win Game 7 in Oakland. You know, Steph Curry's
San Fran.
Steph Curry's gonna do his thing. That arena is just crazy. Steph Curry's got the team on his back right now.
I can see the Warriors winning tonight, man.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him winning tonight too, but I think if they do win, then Warriors got it.
We've seen him come back from a 3-1 before.
It's just Curry. Like, that's it. Like, Jordan Poole's not doing he's not doing shit. Klay Thompson not doing shit.
Jordan Poole's been getting limited minutes.
They can't play him.
It's
like,
weird.
That's how bad he is.
His plus minus is like
what happened? He did great last year.
He did, but his defense is god awful.
I think
and he can't hit a shot.
The best way I can describe it last year is a kind of a hybrid of a storm that worked out in his favor. So first of all, the Warriors went against the super depleted Nuggets, which had Jokic and like Austin Rivers and
Jordan Poole went off in that series.
So Jordan Poole started in that series because Curry was coming back from injury and Curry was coming off the bench. Jordan Poole is very much so I need the ball in my hand to get hot type of player. And when he was allowed to do that for a couple of games, he was able to really try to coordinate an offense and run an offense. And he was actually just hitting a lot of contested jumpers, which was great to see. But because of that, he was like Winston was saying, rhythm. Jordan Poole was able to dictate his own rhythm in being the point guard back then. And in doing that, he kind of figured he found his jumper in the series and throughout the playoffs for that matter. This year, he's coming off the bench where Curry's playing high minutes. Curry's playing like 40 minutes a game, 38 minutes a game, stuff like that. They need him to, sadly, and those were formerly valuable minutes for Jordan Poole to go in, and he was averaging like 17, 18 points a game last playoff series. So not the playoff series we just had against the Kings, but last year. I just think that Jordan Poole's like, I don't know, like I think the Draymond situation is still kind of weighing in on the dynamic. Like after they beat the Kings in Game 7, Draymond went to dap up Jordan Poole, and Jordan Poole wouldn't shake Draymond's hand. So they're still not over that.
What a bitch, dude.
Yeah,
over it.
I get it though. Like I get it. Like
I mean, he got rocked.
Yeah, he got
rocked.
hard too. Like Draymond's not about that life, bro. Draymond, like pound for pound, is just one of the dudes in the league not to do that to.
He smoked his ass.
He fucked him up.
And I'm not
his ass.
I'm not enthusiastic that happened, but like,
oh my god,
I don't know. I think that's been in Jordan Poole's head. He's been getting a lot of media critiques because Jordan Poole spent $500,000 on a date with Ice Spice.
Oh my god.
What did he spend it on?
I don't even want to fathom. I don't know.
Just a date? That's it?
Dude, you can go to some bougie restaurants
pretty fire.
that'll charge you like $20,000. Like that's easy. So
You better hit it out.
I was about to say, dude, did he hit though? Like,
I assume
better
not
have.
by the way he's playing.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah,
that's a
so
lot of money.
So, I mean, Curry's carrying the squad. Draymond Green had a great game in Game 5.
that
and
25-point game, I think
25
it was.
points?
I believe it was 21 or 25. Regardless, it's the most points he's had since Christmas Day 2019.
Yeah.
When the whole Warriors were like ass.
Which was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And so he did well. He doesn't have that game. Warriors don't even win that game. So, I mean, someone needs to show up other than Steph Curry. Steph Curry,
Has shown up forever.
exactly.
He's never not.
And if he doesn't show up, which
They're screwed.
They're screwed. So all these things are great for the Nuggets, though. I feel like LeBron.
Let's go.
I feel like LeBron's currently playing injured. He was hobbled on his foot last game, and he's just not the same. He's not jumping for
He's an old
boards
LeBron
as
now.
much. Well, but he was doing that against Memphis. He was getting blocks.
yeah,
like
that's
he's
true.
not jumping anymore. I don't know what happened. I think something with his foot.
Yeah.
he tweaked his ankle last game.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on, but LeBron's not quite the same. Anthony Davis needs to go off. I think LeBron's probably gonna have like 25 points.
Austin Reeves has been going the fuck off.
Dude, the Lakers have had
he's going to get like $20 million a year, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Someone's gonna throw money at that white
In the
boy.
first round, it was Rui Hachimura was going off for the Lakers,
Hachimura.
and then Austin Reeves is going off this series. D'Lo is going off this series. Like it's just, and Lonnie Walker went off that one game. Like a
And
different
fucking,
person is going off.
Vanderbilt or whatever his name.
Vanderbilt.
He's the guy who's like, out of everyone that's had the task of trying to like chase down Curry when he's doing his off-ball motion shit, he's given a great effort doing it compared to anyone I've ever seen. But I think that like the game plan for him, where they were like, your responsibility is to be where Curry is at all times, and that's it. Like that's the only expectation, because we all see Curry. He runs more than any player in the NBA without the ball in his hand.
But they haven't been playing him as much because his offense is so trash.
he's a liability on offense. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Dennis Schroeder has been doing a great job at guarding Curry and playing offense. He's playing out of his mind.
His contested twos in the mid range have been pretty nasty.
Yeah.
He's gotten a couple of and ones this
He's
season.
outplaying
Or series.
his contract without a doubt. He's playing really, really well.
Germany stand up.
Yep. So who you got tonight, Dave? Warriors?
I have the Warriors, but I'm nervous.
Yeah.
The reason, two reasons. Curry is not he's just gonna do his best. I don't think that we're gonna lose on a Curry performance, shy of any injury things, whatever. Knock on wood. But I think that Steve Kerr is just gonna be way too disciplined with this game plan. Steve Kerr, in his tenure as a coach, has never failed to make the NBA Finals. In his entire tenure, he's never lost a series. The Warriors, since Steve Kerr showed up, have never lost a series shy of losing to Toronto and LeBron. That's it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's another little footnote. There's a rumor that Kerr might step away from coaching in the near future because he accepted the job to be the Olympic basketball coach, the FIBA coach.
Yep.
But
Boss move.
I don't see what about doing that would contradict an NBA schedule because it entirely takes place in the summer.
Yeah, just no off time probably.
True.
I think that'd be the only thing.
Yeah.
He's got what, 60 probably?
He's up there. He's
like
up
50,
there.
60, something like that.
Talk about
He's probably got businesses and
Yeah.
who knows what else.
A wife.
A life, like a whole family.
but shout out
outside of
Steve
that.
Kerr. What a beast.
Yeah. So, who do you think is going to win tonight, Ricky? Lakers or Warriors?
Oh man, it's hard, bro. I think just because what you said of there's been different players going off on this Lakers team every night, as opposed to no one else going off on the Warriors, I think that kind of switched me to the Lakers probably taking it tonight in Game 6 and not leaving a Game 7. But I would not in the least bit surprised. I would not be surprised at all if Curry just did it again, went the fuck off, and then somebody else picked up a little something to keep him up. And
All Klay Thompson needs is
Yeah.
20 points.
If
He gets
Klay-
20 points,
If
that's all he
Clay
needs.
shows up, if just Clay shows up and everything is business as usual, I guess there's a question mark with Wiggins and his slashing ability, but business as usual.
what about odds?
Clay shows up, we'll win that game.
Lakers
Hear
are
that?
favored. Just barely.
What? Oh, just
It's
barely?
the home
It's
field.
like 136.
136.
They give you like a point or whatever for home field advantage
Yeah.
anyway.
And Wiggins being out. Well, he's not
It's
out.
gonna be a good
but-
game, man. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, should be a great game.
I think just because you said we got different players going off every game in this series, then
Yeah.
I think the Lakers.
but I mean, the Warriors are still in this, and
they are, man. They
no
got
one-
Curry, the best shooter.
No one's stepped up yet, and they're still in this.
Yeah, and then someone can just step up this game
Exactly.
and then welcome back.
Exactly. I mean, Draymond stepped up last game as far as points are concerned, and Andrew Wiggins had a lot of points last game as well.
Curry had a triple-double last game.
Was it last game or 2 games ago?
Last game.
Oh, it was last game?
Mhm.
Okay.
Or no. It was
I
the
think
game
it's
we
2 games
lost.
ago.
It was the game we lost.
Yeah, he had like 14 assists and 10 boards. He was
Yeah.
going in. He didn't shoot very well, but
He still had like 34.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he wasn't very efficient, I guess I should say.
Yep.
Um,
But he gets it.
Yeah. No, he's carrying the squad for sure. But yeah, he's still a top 5 player in the league.
See, can they win that with someone just carrying them? I don't know. I
Yeah.
think you need a good team.
I mean, this is the last
A whole good
year
team.
for the Warriors dynasty, in my opinion.
Either way, ain't no one beating these Nuggets.
Yeah, I
ain't
mean,
no one beating these Nuggets.
I hope
Come
so.
on, man.
Yeah.
And we just cannot fumble.
The longer
Do
the
not
series
fumble.
goes, the more helps the Nuggets.
I think the Nuggets, if we're gonna do a hypothetical preview, if you did Nuggets versus Lakers, the only question mark in that series for me is AD. That's it. Is because AD just in the Warriors series alone, other than these last 2 games, AD has had a good game every other game. It's like 22 points, 14, 28 points, 11. He's been really wishy-washy. So that being said, I think that's a good matchup for you guys because you're gonna put probably Aaron Gordon on AD if I had to bet. Who else? Jeff
Probably
Green.
have to put Jokic on him because we don't
For
have
bo-
another center.
True, but I don't see that being a difficult matchup for you guys. In my opinion, I think that's the most favorable matchup. If you guys go against the Warriors, which obviously I want the Warriors to win, I think that you guys are still the favorites. I said last year that if you guys had healthy Jamal and MPJ, that you guys probably would have beat us in that series. So I was even that transparent then. That being said, the Warriors have been there, done that, and we have the championship pedigree. We have the best coaching in the NBA, if you ask me. That's subjective. I think that series, as a fan, Like, what better of a series could we have asked for the Western Conference Finals? And if you ask me, this is like a cherry on top for a Nuggets fan because you can redeem last year's series against the reigning defending champions. Like, you couldn't have much more of a badass road to the title, if you will.
Yeah.
Eliminate those who eliminated you, who were also the champions. Like,
yeah. Both scare me. AD, I think that's the only person in the league that has a potential to guard Jokic. I think that's the only person because he's a great defensive player, maybe the best defensive player in the league.
When healthy, for sure.
When healthy. If we go against the Warriors, I feel like we have the perimeter defenders to match up against the Warriors, but Steph Curry is Steph Curry and Klay Thompson is Klay Thompson. If Klay Thompson gets hot, you can't really do much about it.
You just kind of ride the wave and try to get a heat check rebound.
Exactly. And so, and then Steph Curry. So you can negate everyone else really, but I still like Denver's odds, but both teams are scary in their different ways. There's honestly such different teams.
Well, so as a Nuggets fan, not necessarily with like what do you think is the cooler pedigree or more pedigree of a road to the championship, just what do you want as a fan? Who do you want to see?
He said the series.
I think
the longer the series goes, the better.
I think the Lakers, like I'm not just saying this, I think you guys have more favorable odds against the Lakers, in my opinion. Just like you said, AD being the only question mark of that series. So I would, as a Nuggets fan, I would want to see the Lakers. They're older. You guys are much, much, much younger. The Lakers have shown just having a go-getter squad and that 48-minute mentality, like it echoes a lot. And on top of that, think about LeBron and company at altitude. That's going to be a lot harder on their
Warriors.
bodies.
I think the Warriors might be older than the Lakers, actually.
It would be nice
true.
having LeBron's head on our mantle, though.
Yeah. I mean, and the Lakers beat us in the Western Conference Finals in the bubble.
True.
So, I mean,
it's a win-win no
it's
matter
a
who
win-win.
you go against.
Yeah, exactly. So, for me personally, I am also a LeBron fan. So, obviously, I want the Nuggets to win. But if the Nuggets were to lose, it would be.
You'd rather it be to the.
I'd rather be it to
LeBron.
and
He would
have
be
him.
way more pissed if we lost to the Warriors.
If we lost to the Warriors, I'd be sad as fuck. Bro. I'd be so sad. I'd be like,
Winston would
bro.
be like, Clay was trash.
Yeah, and now he
And
showed up.
Yeah. Now he showed up and we suck.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
Get all pissed.
yeah.
Winston be hitting shit.
I think.
Yo, are those vodka Sunny D seltzers?
Yeah,
All right. Sorry.
very good. So yeah, should be a great series. Excited for tonight's game. This has been great basketball playoffs. As a fan, I'm fucking excited. But I got Nuggets and Heat in the finals. Who y'all got?
Being realistic, I have the Nuggets and the Heat as well.
Okay.
I mean, we're triple threatening it right
Yeah.
now, boys. We are triple threatening it. Nuggets, Heat, all sport champs sweep.
But
it's unanimous, dude. Come on.
But if the Warriors win tonight, I think we will have a odd towards
No,
a
chill
championship
out.
bid.
You ain't beating the Nuggets, dude.
I mean, it is true. I mean,
anybody.
If we win tonight, we're probably in the driver's seat for the remainder of the Lakers series. And if we win the remainder of the Lakers series, we're going to be the much more tired team going to altitude to face like Denver in hostile territory. But I think that as a basketball fan would be like that's the most must-see basketball series yet. And like Curry, every like elimination game Curry's been a part of this basketball run has had the record-setting viewership of that basketball series, basically. So like the most viewed Game 7 in the first series ever was Curry's 50-piece. So Curry's got a lot of records, like viewership-wise. I think that would pay dividends to the Nuggets just because imagine the Nuggets being on the other end of the most viewed Western Conference Finals matchup ever. That's still going to be that, to be honest.
I think Lakers or Warriors, I think either one are going to be highly watched because you have LeBron James and the Lakers, probably the biggest fan base.
The Warriors are just the recent fan base.
Yeah, because, I mean, Steph Curry's one of the most famous players
Ever.
Can't wait.
So Heat Nuggets currently for that finals matchup sitting at plus 750.
So if
Good pickup,
if
dude.
the Heat were to go, just hypothetically saying, like if it's
I kind of want to pick that up.
if the Heat were playing the Nuggets in the NBA Finals and that was like determined, and we're gonna just go off of that, I obviously have the Nuggets favored to win that, but I think Bam Adebayo actually has actual chance of putting up an ish defense, if you will, against Jokic. I think Bam is one of those other guys that's long, tall, he's strong enough to where, like, Jokic doesn't really bully anybody, but people try to bully him by, like, breezing past him in the fast break and shit. I think Bam Adebayo would be a great Jokic, like, counterpart or dance partner, if you will.
He can't lock him down.
No one can.
I think Bam is comparable to DeAndre Ayton. I think
Exactly.
they're similar. And we saw
We just saw that.
drop 50 on fucking DeAndre Ayton. But I would be concerned about Eric Spoelstra because he is a great coach. I saw him. They did a half court trap. I don't know when's the last time I've seen an NBA game where they do a half court.
I was about to say
trap.
college.
Like,
you see that in college all
crazy.
the time.
All the time in college, but in the NBA, you don't see that shit. Eric Spoelstra is pulling it out against the fucking Knicks. Like it's crazy. Like Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. I'd be more scared about Eric Spoelstra.
And Jimmy Butler is
Jimmy Butler.
I think again he's the scariest dude in the East right now.
Yeah.
Where do I find that bet for $750?
You got to go to the NBA and then go to NBA Finals odds. So if you bet $10, you win 75.
If those end up being the finals dance partners.
If the Heat goes against the Nuggets, yes. So I'm not.
I mean,
gonna
we're
bet $10,
unanimous
but
here, aren't we, boys?
it's
I mean,
true.
I'm a big Warriors fan, and like I want the Warriors to win it all, but I'm not gonna like lie to you. You know, I also predicted like the Bills were gonna be that team in the Super Bowl at the beginning,
I forgot about the Celtics.
and then my boys said,
These
"Hold my
Celtics,
beer."
man. These Celtics got these odds. Isn't it crazy?
The Celtics are fool's man's gold, bruh.
They were favorites to win the NBA Finals at the beginning of the year because they got so many pickups, but their head coaching isn't that good.
Nope.
And so I just don't.
What have they been able to string together in any of these recent series that suggest that they have the recipe night in and night out to win games?
They almost lost against the Hawks.
That's what I'm saying.
You almost lose against the Hawks. You should have lost against the 76ers.
And when you think about the Hawks, who's there besides Trae Young?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm putting $5.
Yeah, I did. Warriors right now sitting at plus 950. Heat sitting at plus 1700 to win the
Plus
finals.
750. Miami Heat, Denver Nuggets.
If the Warriors,
bet it.
if the Warriors somehow like squeeze their way past the Lakers and then somehow, keyword somehow, past the Nuggets, I would have them favorites to win the NBA Finals for sure. But
The Warriors.
yeah, but again, whoever represents the West is going to be my favorite. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it should be great. I'm really excited.
Now we're rooting Jimmy Butler. We're rooting Nuggets all the way. We've been.
Yo, if the
$30.
if the Lakers
$30.
if the Lakers represent the Western Conference, bro, I'm team Jimmy Butler the whole way.
If the Lakers go against the Heat, that's a 7 seed versus an 8 seed. The Miami's an 8 seed.
And let's not forget that
Damn.
ever
Crazy.
since the All-Star
I just
game,
put $5 on an 8 seed. You tell me,
Yeah.
bro.
What am I doing, dude? I'm gonna cash that out real quick.
Well, LeBron and company weren't even the 8 seed. They were like the 10 seed and then earned the 8 seed from the play-in. So, like, they've been playing playoff basketball since, like, the All-Star break because they have to. They would have missed the playoffs if not.
Yeah, I think they were either the 7 or the 8 seed because they didn't have to play 2 playing games. They only had to play one.
Okay, so they would have been like the 8 or the 9.
Either 7 or 8.
Regardless, fuck the Lakers.
Yeah. Yep.
Love
Great
it.
stuff.
Amazing.
Great. Should we talk about NFL or we want to get into UFC?
We can talk
Let's
NFL.
talk NFL. It's a lot shorter than
Okay.
So
fight talk.
we've missed a lot since we were last here. The NFL draft happened in Kansas City.
Yes.
It was absolutely magnificent. It was a wonderful draft. What do you see, Winston?
I'm just looking at the chat.
Oh, cool. It was a wonderful draft. I thought it was great. Pretty predictable. The only unpredictable thing I would say reaction-wise from the whole draft was Will Levis, how far he fell. 2nd round.
That's crazy.
Goes to the Titans.
He was so pissed.
Oh, yeah. Justifiably so. He was Mel Kiper's, like, 2nd quarterback in the whole draft. And he went in the 2nd round. So, I mean, that sucks for all the teams. A lot of teams called the Chiefs at the 31st pick to try to trade up to get him. Reason being, if you get him, you secure him in the very first round, you have a 5th-year option you can use on him. And with quarterbacks, that is must-use because, let's face it, we're in the era where if you can't win on your rookie deal, it's slim pickings to win without it. You know, other than Mahomes of recent memory, I'm not sure of anyone who's won outside of their rookie deal other than like a Tom Brady.
Yeah,
like,
which took a big pay cut.
yeah.
Year
Like,
after year.
I mean, Matt Stafford, that one's kind of different. That was a transplant quarterback on a stellar defense. But that being said, the Chiefs, they did great in the draft, if you ask me. Like, I was super stoked. Our first-round draft pick was FAU Felice Enudike Uzama. Don't forget the name because it's hard to pronounce. FAU, bruh. He played high school football at Lee Summit High School. That's one of the suburbs of Kansas City. He played college ball at K-State, and then he gets drafted in Kansas City to his lifetime fanship Chiefs. Like, you couldn't write a better story. That shit's so fire. So
Dave started clapping as soon as it happened.
well, so he was trying to make fun of me because we were at our buddy's house watching the draft, and like as soon as our pick got up there, Clark Hunt comes onto the stage. Everybody's like, "Who's this old white fuck?" And I'm just like, "The CEO of the Chiefs, Clark Hunt." Like, whatever. So he goes to make his pick, and he makes the pick. He's like, K-State, FAU, and I was just like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, finally, like we got someone who's gonna be like, he's like 21 years old, super young. He's not necessarily gonna be like an anticipated Pro Bowl talent, but he's going to be with us for a long time. And
Let's get it straight. I was making fun of it because they like had their Lombardis out,
Bro,
and then they walk out with the
stupid.
third.
Oh my god! They just leave two on.
That's what I was making fun of. I was like, these dudes are doing too much.
Well,
right now.
how often does the Super Bowl champs get to host the draft? That's like a first time.
I
in a
know
minute.
they just walked out with it like it was like the newborn king.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I
and
was like, oh my god.
I understand taking the new one out, but you got to leave the two old ones. Like you got to bring the two old ones out like 30 minutes beforehand.
Let me dust these things off.
Yeah, exactly. Especially one of them is like 50 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was this big when they won it 50 years
Yeah.
ago. You know what I'm
Probably made out
saying?
of
Yeah,
plastic.
where's the old trophy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go grab the old one.
Go get
man.
it out of the garage.
Yeah. You guys had to make a new one. No, I don't look like that. The first one is this big.
It's probably all rusty.
Yeah.
Aw.
Smells like cigarettes.
Listen
Yeah.
to the poor Broncos fans. They're like, "Oh, 3 trophies. What the fuck?"
We have 3 trophies.
Yeah, we do too now. What's up?
I hate you so much, Dave.
But no, okay, so
Yeah.
that was a great.
What was that? And he's all, yeah, we do too now.
Because you know how many years
I'm
I've
clipping that and putting.
the amount of
Kansas
years
City
I've
fans.
heard from like ridiculed from Broncos fans, just like, "Oh, we got 3 trophies," and that's only been clever since
No,
Super
I
Bowl
just thought
50
it was funny because you guys are like walking out with it like the Lion
Yeah.
King.
because we just won it.
Broncos wouldn't do that.
Because you guys haven't won the Super Bowl
Like,
and
if we
hosted
did
the
that-
draft at the same
if
time.
the draft was in Denver, we
You
would've
would,
done it.
yeah.
We would have.
Why wouldn't you?
We would have had all 3 riding out on horseback. You know
That'd
what I'm
have
saying?
been fire though. That'd have been cool. They just put them out on display. Like,
Let us shoot shots. Can we shoot shots at your team? Jesus Christ, you won the championship.
yeah, we've been
Jeez.
shitty for a really long
The
time.
fuck?
Okay,
God.
Like, you guys were shitty for a really long time. We've been shitty for a really long time. I never even talked shit about the Chiefs.
You've always like acknowledged our greatness for the past couple years.
I'm just saying, grab the real trophy. That first one wasn't the real trophy. You guys made it a new one for it.
Yeah.
The real, it was like that big.
Those were all the OG Lombardis.
I don't know, dude.
You can look
Look
at
it
the NFL logo; it's like
I
all
don't know, dude.
pointy and different.
I don't know, dude. Look it up. I feel like
Regardless, FAU super dope pick. I'm super ecstatic to have him on my team. In the second round, we got SMU wide receiver Rashee Rice. Bruh, his pro comp was Brandon Ayuk. Say less. Like he's tall. He's like 6 foot something. Mahomes has, other than tight ends, has never had a guy for the most part
that
where you
dude's
could
gonna
just
be a problem.
where you could just
That
throw
dude's
it
gonna
up
be
and
a
he's
problem.
gonna be he's a good contested catch guy. He's had some drops issues. He put up 1,300 yards at SMU last year with an quarterback playing through turf toe.
Is he outside guy? Is he a slot guy? Because y'all need to replace Juju.
Yeah, that's exactly what his requirements
So
going
he's
to
a
be.
slot.
So the thing about him is the only wide receiver in the history of Andy Reid coaching that got 1,000 yards in his rookie season was Jeremy Maclin. So to expect that is probably not going to happen. Juju had like 900-ish yards, couple touchdowns. Rashee Rice, he's going to fit in there. And like, let's face it, Mahomes finds the open guy. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of who it is. Doesn't matter if you're like Justin Watson, a guy who was a reject from the practice squad from the Bucs a year prior, or if you're Tyreek Hill. He's going to dot you. So that being said, let's go. Super excited to have him. He was already talking about in like the media conferences that like, the terminology that they use here is so much more advanced than I've ever seen. Because let's face it, his route tree was extremely limited at SMU. He probably only ran like 4 routes, 5 routes conceptually. Andy Reid is going to have this man like study. He's going to be sitting next to Patrick Mahomes. Like, I just can't wait. My expectation for him, not very high right away. I'm gonna humor what Sky Moore was capable to do in like 1 year and say he's gonna be relative to that. So they're both second round draft picks.
Over under 750 yards.
I would expect that like if he's healthy, he's gonna confidently put up like an 800-yard season.
Okay, so over.
Mm-hmm.
Barely.
Yeah.
Over under 3 touchdowns.
Over.
Okay.
But it just depends. We're kind of a dink and dunk offense at the moment because of how much we dot Chauncey and the amount of receptions that we end up taking advantage of.
All your different weapons.
Yeah, like Mahomes,
You guys have so many.
he
different-
spreads the ball. He's not biased. He used to go into plays where he would just kind of like try to wait for Tyreek to get open, and that was his whole mindset. Is like, I'm gonna throw it to him the second he passes that safety on the side. Now he reads what the defense gives him, and adding another weapon to his belt, you can't tell me that that's not lethal. On top of that, we got some undrafted free agents, like the one that I'm most excited about. His name is another unique name. His name's Deryk Prince. He's a running back. He comped exactly to Isaiah Pacheco. And after hearing that, I'm just like, say less. Like, we need him. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, we just skipped his 5th-year option. He's probably not going to play another snap for Kansas City if I had to bet money.
Yeah, probably release him.
So we have Isaiah Pacheco. We have Deryk Prince. We have another guy that we've re-signed who I'm not familiar with, but super excited about that. We got his name is like, I want to say him is like Remigio or something weird. He was like he played in a smaller conference. He was a return specialist. He's an undrafted free agent, but when we watch all of his highlights, he gets it. He reminds me kind of like of a super watered down like Dante Hall. Like he's very like he's kind of like a gadget player, but he can change direction really fast, and like when you watch all of his highlights, he just burns people. It's just kind of hard to see though because he's playing, like I said, lesser conference. I think he played in like the MAC conference in football. Not a lot of talent goes to the NFL from there. Other than that, not too many other crazy picks. We got that tackle. Can't think of his name right now. He was like injury prone. He was like a 5-star recruit going into college. That's exciting.
Oh yeah, Henry Shalopo. Right?
No.
No.
Come on, you wouldn't let me have it.
No, but I can't.
No.
It was kind of like a draft as far as the amount of talent that was
I hate
available.
that he just paused for us. He didn't even.
No.
Just a nice little pause.
No, I pretty much am excited about those names that I have mentioned prior, but the Broncos.
Broncos?
They made
Who we get, dude?
First of all, your first draft pick you traded up to get, and wide receiver Marvin Mims.
Yep.
Not mad at that
The
at all.
Mimster.
Marvin Mims, so he's your guys' KJ
Hey,
Hamler,
dude.
basically.
You know, we
Watch
tried
out.
our best.
Watch out for the Mimster. He might fuck your sister.
Ooh,
Damn.
damn.
No, that's an exciting pick.
In Denver.
As a Broncos fan, I think. Like, you guys should be... KJ Hamler's probably coming off his injury. Lord knows if you'll will ever use him again.
Yeah.
I just
This
hope
guy's
we pick it up
expected to
this
show
year.
up and
we
do
need
that.
to pick it up this year.
So
but
we
fuck.
can talk about the schedule in a
We
second.
can talk shit about him all we
But
want, but we need
before-
to pick it up.
Before we get past the Broncos' first pick, the Broncos pick a white cornerback. White corner.
That one was for Winston.
Hold on.
personally. That was for him.
The last time a white person played corner in the NFL,
Drafted.
yeah, 2000.
Last white cornerback
Times
drafted.
is changing, man. Hate to break it to you.
2000.
My man's got a mustache.
Let's
Yeah.
go. He better.
He's from Iowa.
Is his name like Riley
He should
Moon
be
or something
from
like
Iowa.
that? Or something similar to that?
Riley Moss, I think.
Riley Moss. I was close.
Riley Moss.
Yeah.
Cool name. Cool name. He's got a mustache.
His first game, he just
Fan
gets
favorite.
absolutely leveled. What would you?
Maybe.
What'd you do? Is first. They're like, all right, let's see how Riley Moon does. And
Let's
then
get
just
it.
Leveled, knocked out.
Sounds like he's
concussion
pretty,
protocol.
Sounds like he's pretty decent, but we'll
That would
see.
be so funny.
But yeah, I mean,
Come on, dude. We're riding with the Iowa boy.
the draft was decent for the Broncos. We didn't have a first or
Wasn't
second
as
round
terrible
draft
it could
pick.
have been.
Yeah.
But
The
I'm
shock of the
content.
draft was the beginning, though.
Yes.
Those draft trades.
The Texans
They
trading
draft.
up. for
They
the
get 2
third
and
pick.
3.
Fucking crazy.
Bro, you get Will Anderson, the best man in the entire draft outside of positional need.
They
and then,
needed it, though.
And then
That's
you
the thing
also
with-
got
they
C.J.
needed it.
Stroud. That's damn. And they got that running back last year, Damian Pierce.
Yeah.
They're gonna be pretty.
Texans don't look hopeless.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't look hopeless.
I don't know what wide receivers they got, but
Yeah, they traded Brendan Cooks to Dallas.
Yeah,
Dallas. I have no idea who they had
Yeah.
to throw the ball to.
but they might be good. I mean, we'll see. I
Who do
doubt
they
they're
have?
going
They
to
don't
be good.
have any.
I don't think they're gonna like change any like their record. They're not gonna win too many more games this year. But like I said, before, like, why as a Texans fan would you even watch? Like, they had nobody. Like,
Yeah.
who was their quarterback before? Wasn't it Stills?
No, it was white guy number 10. I forgot his name.
Regardless, that's my point. Like, you can't even think of who was like. Why would you go to pay to see those games? So they don't look hopeless. Let's just rename the Eagles or what's it called? I can't even think of the name of their stadium, but we're just gonna rename them the Georgia North because they just keep drafting Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Like, so how did they get both Nolan Smith and what's the other one's name?
Jalen Carter.
How'd they get both?
Yeah, crazy. Their defense got better, and their defense was already fucking
Their
stacked.
defense is gonna be elite.
Yeah, they're going in.
Yeah, the Eagles are they should repeat, if you ask me, as far as NFC representatives in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they should, as long as Jalen Hurts can stay healthy.
He just got.
I mean, the way he plays, who knows? But
Speaking of next year, okay, we have these schedules came out, yesterday or 2 days ago?
2 days ago, I think.
2 days ago. So I'm going to go ahead and run through the Broncos schedule, and then if you want to pull up the Chiefs schedule, we can go through that. And we
Say
can
less.
We got an early game with them too, huh?
We'll predict.
We
the
play
records.
it 2 weeks apart.
So first game of the season, we have Raiders Broncos. I got the Broncos winning that game. What do you got? Broncos. We need to win that game.
Dude.
Um,
Come on, dude. Give it to us, dude.
I'm being fair. Like,
Come on, dude.
Jimmy G's first game as a Raider
I
is
know
probably
that's
gonna
gonna be insane.
in Denver.
Yeah, it's in Denver.
We're gonna shut him down.
You guys should be favored to win that, but I think that game doesn't. The winner of that's not winning that by more than probably.
They don't even have Waller. They don't.
Yeah, they have Josh Jacobs.
They do
but-
have Jacobs, which runs all over us. He
Yeah.
runs all over us.
Yeah, but we have Sean Payton, whole new offensive scheme that hasn't been
Completely.
seen in a couple years.
With Russ.
There's not going to be any adaptations because they're not going to know what to expect.
Your running back room's a tiny bit of a question mark because
Sean
you're waiting
Payton
for
ain't fucking
Jermichael
around.
Williams to come back from injury.
Sean
Yeah.
Payton smoked big loud. We're gonna be
Yeah.
good, dude. He been hitting the bong like me.
Right. So let's.
Come on.
Let's just shoot through him. Yeah.
Yeah, let's say Broncos. Then we have Commanders, Broncos. I got probably the Broncos winning that game. Commanders have a good defense, but their quarterback is like Sam Howell. So who y'all got?
I'm picking Broncos every game. Let's just keep going.
Okay. Yeah. Next game we got Broncos, Dolphins.
Dolphins are
Dolphins
eating
always
that
gonna
ass.
win that game.
Yeah.
They eating that ass.
I
Bradley
mean-
Chubb's return game.
Yeah, Dolphins, all right. And then we got Broncos, Bears. Bears got a lot better. I mean,
Yeah,
Bears could
DJ
be good.
Moore.
Yeah, but
They still are kind of
Fields
considered
gotta
one of the
figure out
worst
how to
O lines
pass
in the
that
league,
damn-
though.
Phil's got to figure out how to pass
Yeah.
that damn ball.
I think they got a lot of free agents for their offensive line.
They better.
So that's a toss up for me. And then we got Jets Broncos. Obviously, Jets winning that game.
They
got
should.
They got
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, and they're building that team.
Hot take. Aaron Rodgers we might see Aaron Rodgers looking like Russ this next season, joining a way better
He's
wide
with
receiver.
Hackett again, though, bro.
Hold on. He's joining a way better wide receiver room than he had prior, or at least a very, very competent one compared to the one he had prior. Russ still had a good wide receiver room, but joins a good wide receiver room and then played like shit. So it's possible, like it's possible Aaron Rodgers might not be as good as the 1 year removed MVP or 2 year removed two-time MVP.
Well, and people are
He's
going to be
with Hackett
saying
again,
that
though,
at
right?
the beginning of the season because their schedule is tough as fuck. They got
Oh.
Bills first game.
Oh,
and, then they
Ah, welcome to fucking New York, bud.
Yeah.
and then I think they got the Eagles one of the first couple games of the season. And then I think they got the Chiefs first couple
Finally,
games of the season.
Aaron can play fucking Mahomes.
And then
We've been denied that
Bengals.
game since Mahomes got to the
Oh,
league.
he's ready. He's itching.
Bro, every year
He's
either Mahomes
itching.
gets hurt and like Matt Moore goes toe to toe with Aaron Rodgers and loses by a score, or Aaron Rodgers gets hurt and we just get to play Jordan Love's goofy ass. Like,
Yeah.
I'm tired of that. I want to see the
heavy hitters.
last year's most talented. I'm saying that sarcastically, but the yesteryear's most talented quarterback we've ever seen with today's most talented quarterback we've ever seen.
Yeah, so
Jets taking that.
Jets winning that
But-
game for sure.
If Aaron Rodgers if Aaron Rodgers struggles, y'all are gonna eat that ass.
Yeah, but that's like
Why
the
you wanna see his
easiest
butt?
game out of all the early games.
True.
So they're gonna
That's their best
need-
gimme.
They're gonna need to win. That.
Y'all are a trap game for them potentially in that.
Potentially. After that, we got Broncos Chiefs. Obviously, Chiefs gonna win that game. Then we got Packers, Broncos.
We're gonna give it to them a little bit though.
Oh, I mean, we'll make
Y'all
make
will,
a game.
Y'all are gonna lose by like a score, and like Russ is gonna throw to like a pick six or something. Like y'all are gonna have a moment in that game where you can look at the mirror and say we beat ourselves a little bit. That's what the Chiefs Broncos games always look like.
Yeah, that's I think a Monday night game. I think it's at 6:15 prime time.
The first game is Thursday night, week 6. Broncos Chiefs.
Okay, Thursday night.
That's a Thursday night.
All right. Then after that we got Broncos Packers. Broncos should easily win that game. Jordan Love and who else is in fucking Green Bay?
Packers ain't doing nothing this year.
They have a good running room.
Yeah.
AJ Dillon and what's his name? That's
it.
That's a great running room, and that's a good they're gonna look West Coast as fuck from the like foreseeable future. They can't be vertical with Jordan Love.
Yeah, I'm trying to tank if I'm though. And then they got Broncos Bills. Obviously, Broncos gonna lose that game. That's in prime time as well for some reason. Then we got Vikings Broncos. That should be a good game. Vikings were really good last year, but barely. They won like every single game by like
they were having a hard
Dalvin
time
Cook
winning.
is like rumored to be leaving.
Oh really?
Really?
I mean, I've just heard some rumor
Where's
mills
he
of it.
going?
No one knows. It's just rumors.
So maybe Broncos win that game. Maybe Vikings win that game. Toss up. After that, we got Browns Broncos. I think that's a toss up too. Browns didn't do shit last year, but Deshaun Watson's got a full season. He's got a full off season. Maybe he steps up. They got Nick Chubb. Who the fuck knows? Myles Garrett. After that, we got Broncos Texans. Broncos should win that game. Then after that, we have Broncos Chargers.
I got the Chargers winning. Beating the Broncos, sweeping them.
Chargers should probably win that game. Then Broncos Lions.
That could be a game.
Yeah, it should be a game. Maybe Lions. That's a toss-up for me. We'll see where we're at.
Shout out the Lions trading DeAndre Swift and getting Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah.
Who the fuck saw that coming?
Yeah, that was wild.
Fucking-
Trading them to the Eagles.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Assholes.
And then after that, we got Patriots Broncos. Broncos should win that game. And then we got Chargers Broncos. Maybe the Broncos split it, but probably Chargers win both games. And then to end the season, we got Broncos Raiders. Broncos probably
Dang, at the beginning and the end.
Yeah, we probably switch that or flip that 1-1. So I did this earlier previously, and I got us I think 6-11 or 7-10.
That seems mad reasonable.
Yeah, so missing the playoffs, but that's like kind of best case scenario type deal. So
If Russ returns to form, I think y'all can if the stars align, meaning the Broncos just there's not a lot of excuses left on the table on your own behalf. The Broncos probably squeeze out a ceiling of 10 wins, and that's Russ puts up I'm talking 4,000 plus yards and low pick numbers.
If he does that, then I think we're winning more than 10 games, but. Because, that's putting us at 10-7. That means we're losing 7 games. Because if Russ is putting up that many numbers, maybe we split one against the Chiefs. You know what I mean?
So I have the Chiefs schedule here handy. And before I even get into it, I have to make a funny note that according to some sports books that I was seeing, not even exaggerating, we were favorites in every game. The Kansas City Chiefs.
I believe you guys should be.
We're favorites for the entire year.
I hate this guy.
Bruh.
You guys are so good.
I'm not used to it.
We're all talking about we're gonna be 6-11.
Yeah.
So
bro.
So I'm gonna run down these games.
Come on.
So we got the kickoff of the NFL season officially, and I believe that is a Thursday night game. Yes,
That's why I was filming.
it's So week 1 kickoff, we got the Lions. That should be a gimme. We should easily beat the Lions.
Oh, for sure.
Week 2.
I think you're gonna lose that game. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Maybe. I mean,
It's
who
possible.
knows?
They're a good team. But week 2, we got Jaguars, little rematch from both last year's playoffs and regular season.
You guys should win that game.
Yeah, I mean, Dougie P, that's a great coach. He's one of the more lethal coaches. I think the Jaguars this year are going to I think the Jaguars could be the next AFC team. They're taking the leap that everyone thought that the Chargers should have taken every year. Jaguars, I think, have taken that leap. I said it last year. I'm saying it again. The Jaguars should be in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
They have no excuse.
Your dark horse last year went to the Super Bowl.
My dark horse last year went to the Super Bowl. That's facts. And then, so week 2, we got the Jaguars. Week 3, we have the Bears. This is at home.
You guys should win that.
That's our most favorite odds game of the year. So we should absolutely win that one. Then Sunday night for week 4, we take on the Jets. I'm beyond excited for that game.
Yeah.
That's possibly my most anticipated game of the season, just because of like the Aaron Rodgers Mahomes. We've never seen that. Week 5, got the Vikings again. We've won all of these games in my heart. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the only game that I think
The Jags
you guys could lose is the Jets. I think the Jets might beat you because their defense. Oh, sorry, Zizi. The defense for the Jets is great.
Yep.
And then if they add Aaron Rodgers,
True. Week 6, we have Thursday night game against the Broncos at home. Again, that should be a dub.
Let's go.
Week 7, so this is important to me. Week 7 at home, we taken on the Chargers, and I today secured my tickets for that game.
hell yeah.
I'm gonna be going again. So if I get to see Mahomes and first of all, the Chargers are a great team. Wouldn't be ashamed to lose to them. I would be devastated to drive or make my way to Missouri and witness a loss.
Yeah.
But it's more than that. It's time spent with my family and my cousins and stuff. So I'm obviously anticipating a win. Would not be shocked if we lost that game. Just being a realistic person. But
even if you lost, it'd be a great game.
so I think so.
Which like me and you went to that Nuggets Warriors game.
Yeah.
And it was a great game, and it was still enjoyable, even though the Nuggets lost. So,
Exactly. Like, and I'm obviously going there for the anticipation of a win, but I'm also going there to have fun.
Exactly.
That's the goal. The goal is not like defined as just winning. Like, I'm not gonna wait to have fun once we've won. I'm gonna have fun the whole fucking time.
if it's a blowout, it's like
That would suck.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna leave. I paid for that ticket. I'm gonna sit my happy ass in those bleachers and move my way up if people leave.
right.
But so week 7, gonna be there at Arrowhead, October 22nd. Chargers, can't wait. If Mahomes beats the Chargers in that game, I will have witnessed Mahomes beat the entire AFC West in person. So that would be sick. Week 8, Broncos again. I might even try to make that game in Denver. That might be fun. That might be something worth doing. Be expensive, but
Yeah.
that'd be sick. I think we're winning that game. Week 9 in Germany. This is one of our home games. This kind of pissed me off. So
That's
Arrowhead,
pretty whack.
like if this game was happening at Arrowhead, that's the game I would be attending. No questions asked. Miami versus Kansas City in Germany. Kansas City is the one who's representing the home team. So that's a whatever. Bye week after that, coming off the bye week, who's also coming off their bye week, Monday night, we got the Super Bowl rematch against the Eagles. That's going to be the most anticipated game of that segment of the season.
That'd be a great game.
That's gonna be a great game.
Both coming off a bye week, so both teams
It's
should
gonna
be
be a big
very
game,
healthy.
Andy
Andy
Reid,
Reid-
deal.
Andy Reid coming off a bye week, if you include the playoffs, because Mahomes keeps getting bye weeks in the playoffs, I think he's like 24 and like 3 or 26 and 3 or something on his career on bye week. So they say nothing's guaranteed in life but death, taxes, and Andy Reid off a bye week. So looking forward to that.
Dude is a gem.
That should be wonderful. That's happening at Arrowhead, so the rematch at Arrowhead. Can't wait to see that. Week 12, we got the Raiders.
It's looking favorable for this guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dude, we have the middle of the
Dude.
last year. We had the hardest
Oh
schedule.
my god, it's looking so favorable for this man.
We had
right
the
now.
hardest schedule in the league last year. And like if you talk about the winning percentage of the opposition, we had the hardest schedule. We're middle of the pack now. The Eagles have the hardest schedule. We deserve this. I'm not even kidding. So
He says
Raiders-
we deserve this.
bro, Raiders week 12, we got that dub, bro.
He's such a Chiefs fan.
Week 13 on Sunday Night Football, we got
love it.
we got
I love
Green
it.
Bay. So another Jordan Love Mahomes game. That should be another gimme. December 10th at Arrowhead. Or sorry, not that is December 10th. Week 14, we have the Bills. Another must-see game.
That should be
Another AFC showdown.
I think the Bills are going to take a step back this year.
I think
That's an important game.
the
for
reason I
both
think that
teams,
the
too.
Bills irrefutably will take a step back, if we're just going to talk quick numbers. Last year, the cap hit for Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen was around like $18 million combined. This year, the cap hit for them combined is over $60 million.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
their
it's not
contract
more.
years.
Surprised it's not more.
The money year kicks in the contract, and then they're just limited. Like Gabe Davis has been their like saving grace, and how long can they retain him? Isaiah McKenzie was supposed to be their next saving grace, and how that pan out.
Yeah.
But no, so we play the Bills week
Gabe
14.
Davis to the Broncos. No,
Damn, I mean it'd be fun to have.
We
but
can't. We can't.
We got
we can't.
after the Bills week 14, week 15, we got the Patriots Monday night. I mean, again, it's at Gillette Stadium, so we'll be playing in New England. I again think we're favorites to win that. Not
Sounds
even
like
close.
A snooze fest.
Yeah,
Monday
and
Night
then
football.
and then
Get a better game.
okay, so
ESPN.
shout
Come
out
on, dudes.
shout out all my Raiders friends and fam, because you guys are getting a very early Christmas present this year. Actually, technically late, depending on when you unwrap presents. So at noon Central Time on Christmas Day, every single Raiders fan, courtesy of Andy Reid and company, will be entitled to one slice of humble pie. And that will be served at approximately noon on Christmas Central Time. Because we play the Raiders on Christmas Day.
Okay.
Heated by the farts of Dave.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be shepherd's pie. It's gonna be cheeseburger flavored. Compliments to Andy Reid.
Yeah. Oh
So
my God.
Raiders humble
This
pie
guy-
on the way. Congratulations, you guys are getting humble pie for Christmas. The Cole will be a little.
If the Chiefs lose that game, bro, we're clipping,
this.
Good.
We're
Do
clipping
it.
this.
Fucking do it. Humble pie, bro. Humble pie.
I hope they lose it.
That'd be so funny.
And then
Garoppolo and all of them undefeated, just
so
going off.
Last two-
and then we just clip this.
last 2 weeks of the season are pretty spicy, I suppose. Week 17, December 31st, so New Year's Eve, we play the Bengals. So Bengals, we're gonna be flipping a coin on who's buying the barbecue or your fucking weird ass chili spaghetti. Like that's their stupid food rivalry. So that sucks. I'm really upset that they waited that long for that game for 2 reasons. Reason 1, the Chiefs are going to have secured their playoff position by then. We're not going to be fighting for it with the last 2 weeks like this last year. Like that was just an anomaly. All these other power hitters in the AFC are taking steps back. We're not. So that
The
being
Bengals are taking a step back.
well, they're the ones that I said we're going to be flipping a coin on who wins that game.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. They're the real like they're the only threat. So like the Bills have taken a step. Like the Bills won't be knomping at the ankle of the AFC #1 seed.
Yeah.
Us and the Bengals will be, and that's why this makes me sad because week 17 we're gonna like basically that's potentially the whole AFC like bye week that week. It's gonna be week 17. 2, odds are we're gonna play each other again in the postseason. So it's like play week 17 and then oh yeah, congratulations, you guys play in the second like round of the playoffs. So it's like you guys played less than a month apart. Playing each other back to back gives you that sense of familiarity. I'm just not comfortable playing like last year when we were rumored to potentially be facing the Chargers the way the math was at the end of the season if they would have like beat the Jags. I didn't want to play the Chargers. I don't want to try to beat a team 3 times in one season.
Yeah.
So with the same respect, I don't want to play the Bengals and then turn around and play the Bengals. Like that's going to suck. That's going to help the Bengals more than I think it'll help the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So week 17, New Year's Eve, Bengals. That's the first game of the season where I genuinely am concerned that we could lose that game. And then January 6th or 7th, it says to be determined. I don't know why it's to be determined. Maybe other sporting scheduling or whatever. But week 18 versus the Chargers. We're going to sit some people for that game. The Chargers are probably going to like play everybody. We saw last year fucking Brandon Staley played Mike Williams and he got hurt. So you can expect that to happen again, I'm sure. Yeah, I see us legitimately going. I would be shocked if we lose without injury or if we win less than 13 games. We've won 12 games. We went 12-4 the past 2 seasons. I think if we went 12-4 again, that would be pretty average, like for what we're doing. But I expect us to actually take a little bit of a stride forward.
13-4.
That's the expectation.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's put a seal on that and then move on to fights, huh?
Okay. Quick for the Jets. I talked about it earlier. Jets week 1, Bills versus Jets. Week 2, Jets versus Cowboys. Week 3, Jets versus Patriots. Week 4, Jets versus Chiefs, and then week 5, Jets versus Broncos. Week 6, Jets versus Eagles. So Jets have a really tough.
I was about to say that first 6 weeks are
tough.
And you know that the NFL
big tough.
Everyone's gonna be talking shit about Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is gonna have a hard time.
they make these schedules.
I bet he knows that right now too. He's like, fuck.
Well, yeah, they make these schedules contingent on ratings. They want like they that's why they flex games is because they're like no one wants to see the Browns and the Lions on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
They're gonna flex the Chiefs, the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I'm saying, the Jets. So like once they all this talent got wound up on the Jets, like the NFL when they create these schedules, like there's a reason like Geno Smith got to play, or like not sorry Geno Smith, I'm sorry, Russ got to play against the Seahawks week 1 last year.
Yeah.
Like there's reasons for every single one. There's a reason that the game Deshaun Watson came back was against the Texans. You know what I'm saying? Like this is all viewership bound. So they knew when Aaron Rodgers showed up, they're like New York already kind of shows out. Like they're a good market. Like they fulfill their seats. MetLife is always popping. Like they get numbers. So now that you have that premier guy, they're Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah.
And they gave him a schedule that reflected that.
So best teams in the AFC. Top 4 teams.
Chiefs, Bengals. After the Bengals, I'm gonna say Jacksonville, and then Baltimore. And
Oh,
I'm
wow.
Ooh.
yeah.
So no Jets. You're
I
not
was
scared
about
of the
to say
Jets?
Jets.
Jets have a great defense. Not
Oh,
scared.
they got an old ass quarterback,
I'm gonna say
and they're young.
Yeah.
Texans, Steelers, Browns, Colts.
Okay, I was like,
His face was amazing.
I was-
His face was amazing.
I don't have a dark horse yet. That
was amazing. I'm so glad I did that.
But I am very excited for some of these other teams that drafted. Like you just mentioned the Colts. I want to see Anthony Richardson, bro.
Anthony Richardson.
I don't think he's
Taylor.
gonna look. I don't think he's gonna look good immediately. I don't think he can look
Yeah.
good immediately. But excuse me, that's exciting. They got the Eagles, or was the Eagles or the Niners? OC is their head coach now.
Eagles offense coordinator.
Yeah, like they're gonna just. All I know is Indy is going to be leading the league in the RPO. It's almost implied.
Yeah.
Because you're like, hey, if you don't bite, I'm gonna throw it really, really fast, and you're gonna like, because that's really all the danger zone I have. And if not, you're gonna have Jonathan Taylor to contest with. So there's that. And every once in a while, they might do some like triple option shit. You never know. I guarantee you, they're gonna try it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my big four: Chiefs, Bengals, Baltimore, and Bills. I think Bills are gonna surprise y'all.
I
mean,
don't.
I think they're going to take a step back. I still think they're